Hello and welcome once again to another episode of Over the Hill mountain biking. Now today I am riding in southwest Scotland. I'm riding out from a little hamlet or village by the name of Durisdeer, which is roughly northeast of Dumfries. I'm not sure if it's in the Lowther Hills or not, but it's south of Wanlock Head and Lead Hills, and I think they are in the Lowther Hills. Anyway, somebody can let me know if I'm wrong. Right now, this ride is a very beautiful ride, but the first part is an absolute killer, because straight out from the van, after riding about 200 metres, you hit what I can only describe as one of the steepest climbs I've ever done, and one of the most sustained steep climbs I've ever done. And it also gets very loose in parts as well. This takes some doing, I can tell you. It does level off slightly, but it just keeps on climbing forever. This bit's really loose. Like I said, not only is it very steep, but in places the track is very deep in stones and they're very loose as well, making it very easy to spin your back wheel out. Ah, shit. Spun out. Back. Oh. That is ridiculously steep. Even on an e-bike, that track, the camera won't do it justice. I know. Bloody hell. I think Garmin has it down as, hang on, leave the camera, that's it. Garmin has it down as 18%, but I don't know. It felt a lot steeper than that, I can show you. Whew. You think I'm near the top? Not a chance. Nowhere near. Oh. This climb just goes on and on and on. Another loose bit coming up. Time for a breather. It's taken me 28 minutes to climb that. That is one long climb, and that's on an e-bike. I hate to think how long it would take me on a normally aspirated bike. I don't know if the camera can pick this out. There's a track up ahead. If you thought this was the only climb, or the only big climb in the ride, you're sadly mistaken, because I don't know if the camera can pick it out, but there's a climb up ahead. We're going to descend first and then take it right from the very bottom. Ooh, not as steep as the one I've just done, but a hill is a hill, right? And then we have a sweet but brief downhill just before the next big climb. Right, now the start of this big killer climb.
The first part of this second climb is really steep, and it has some big rocks, and it's quite loose as well. But once you pass that, it isn't so bad. It levels off slightly and it becomes easy to ride.
Very loose. It's steep and loose. Oh, where am I going? Whew. That took some doing. Here we are at the top. Well, I'll say cracking views, but you can't see an awful lot. I'll start over here. Looking back there, where if you can see the hills in the cloud, that's looking back up towards One Lock Head, Lead Hills. Lowther Hills. I've got Lowther Hills yet. Moving back, you can see the track where I rode down. And then slowly spinning around. You can still, well, you probably can't see the camera, but you can still make out Drumlandrig Castle in the valley below. Spinning around. Hills way in the distance, I'm not sure, it could be the Merrick, I'm not quite sure. I'm moving around. Again, I don't know if the camera can pick this out, but there's Criffle in the distance, just below the cloud line. And to the left of that is the Solway Firth. You can't see it today, but there's a Lake District on the other side. Way, way, way in the distance. Beautiful, beautiful place up here. Quite desolate, but beautiful in its own right.
Now I need to explain that this wasn't the first time I'd ridden here. I'd come here a few weeks earlier, and just at this point my front wheel picked up a large rock which slammed into my rear mech, absolutely trashed my rear derailleur and the chain, and I had no option to go further. I had to go back the way I'd come, pushing it up the hills, and then I was able to freewheel back down again. But yeah, it was a real bummer.
This is where it was, it's where I ended up. Now this should be a big downhill. So watch out with those bloody derailleur crunching stones. Bloody hell. This is steep. And loose. Yeah, I don't know which side's best.
Now I must point out that this ride is extremely remote. There is no habitation nearby. You never see anybody when you're riding here. And riding this track like I did by myself, you really have to be careful in some of these downhills, because if you have a crash here, a serious crash, then you could be in trouble.
Yeah, that was steep and loose. Loose. Steep. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Woo. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. There's a lock up ahead. I think it's called Daer Water, D-A-E-R. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Daer Water. And just to the left of it, there's a forestry plantation. I'm going to be riding up through that to get over the other side to where I am now. Like you say, when you're riding by yourself in places like this, you really have to be careful. Back off a little, because if you crash, injure yourself, damage your bike like you did last time, you could be in for a serious time or a seriously long walk. Come on, sheep, out the way.
The track eventually turns into tarmac, and it's a pleasant ride alongside the loch. I stopped at the dam just to have a bite to eat before finishing off the rest of the ride.
Footway closed. Not that I'm going over it anyway.
After the dam is just a short tarmac ride until we pick up the first forestry road on the left. This section is actually part of the Southern Upland Way, so it will be more used than the other tracks.
Sorry, I've just come across this in the middle of nowhere. Smithwood Bastle, Daer Valley. Bastle houses, 10th and 17th century. Oh yes, there's the remains of a house there. I'm not sure where this track's going, whether it's going to weave in between the two hills with the trees on, or whether I'm going to ride up through the trees. Not sure, but it's certainly pleasant riding at the moment. Lovely.
It was at this point that the track offered a pleasant little surprise on the left hand side. An unexpected single track section.
Oh, it's here. I'm in the wrong gear. Ooh. Oh, God. Where the hell's it taking me? There, slippy slidey. All a bit overgrown. Ow. Ooh. I wasn't expecting this. But a single track. And no trees. Ow, 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 shit. Water Meetings Forest. What you can't see, I'll just move the camera. There's houses there. Along there is a main road, which I've got to cycle up.
So the track leads us to the A702, which we ride uphill for about 2 to 3 miles before turning off and leading to the final climb of the day. The climb isn't steep, in fact it would be great on a road bike, but after 2-3 miles we turn off left and ride down to the bottom of the final climb of the day.
Heating those brakes. This is a fairly easy gradient, easier than I expected, to be honest. I mean, I'm expecting it to ramp up at some point. I'm not sure. We'll wait and see.
You'll be glad to know that it didn't ramp up at the end. In fact, it's quite a gradual climb all the way up.
Oh, now a descent. Well, that climbed all the way, but it was a very gentle climb. Oh. It's slippy.
This final descent is absolutely wonderful. It's not technical at all. In fact, it's quite grassy in places, but it's an absolute delight to ride.
I don't want to trash me derailleur. Woo! Windy. Oh man, these views are just fantastic. Oh man, this is beautiful. Gravel bikes, but yeah, I suppose it's perfectly doable. Oh man, that's excellent. Such a good downhill. Wasn't technical, there's a couple of holes there, but other than that, it was just fun. Looks like we're arriving at the village. Hamlet, village, whatever. This is lovely. Well, it's got a church, so that, I guess that technically makes it a village.
So, would I recommend this ride? Well, yes, it was a good ride. But bear in mind, those 2 climbs will live long in your memory as well as your legs. And do remember, if you are riding this alone like I did, just bear in mind that this is very remote. There's no mobile coverage, and just be careful on those downhills. But it's a fun ride, challenging at first, but fun later on. If you want to do this ride, I will put a link to my Strava page in the description below the video.
And that's it. Back where we started.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing, and if you do, please also hit that notification bell, and you will be notified of any videos that I upload in future. So take care, peace, love, and I'll see you all very soon.